Love, a word that comes and goes, but few people really know what it means to really love somebody. Love, though your tears may fade away, I'm so glad your love will stay, because I love you and you showed me, Jesus, what it really means to love. My name is Marquita Lyles. I am from Columbus, Ohio, born and raised in Columbus, Ohio. I am a vocalist. I'm a professional background vocalist. I'm a praise and worship leader. I am a makeup artist. I am the daughter of the Robert and Stephanie Lyles. I have two sisters. I have a little doggie. She's a Jack Russell Terrier. Her name is Noonie. And I just love to live life. I'm a beauty educator as well. I've added that recently, and yeah. So I actually am inspired by my family as a whole. I come from a very musical family. So coming up, of course, it was my mom and my dad, my godparents as well. And somebody that has really, really inspired me, and she inspires me to this day, since I was a kid and to this day, is my cousin Mary Tiller of Anointed. And it's so crazy because it's like now, whenever I sing around her, like she cries, but that was like something that I've always done when I heard her voice. So that's somebody who inspires me. My mom, who people rarely hear sing, she's that soprano voice that I have, but she doesn't use it as often as she used to because she feels like she's, it's time to pass the torch. But she inspires me a lot. Of course, my dad, I mentioned him, my cousin Ronald, my cousin Sean, who has since gone on. I have a lot of inspirations. I would definitely say my family as a whole, the Ron Isley of gospel, my Uncle Ronnie, like him, of course. And my Aunt Vanessa, the cleanest runs that you will ever hear in your life. I love her. And yeah, there's so many to name. There's really, really too many to name when it comes to vocals. But outside of my family, of course, everybody knows I love Lisa Noel Smith. I love Tanya Baker, and Karen Clark Sheard. Those are like my top 3 vocalists ever. You know what? And I have to throw the Peggy Lacey out there because let me tell you, she is a legend. You hear me? She is a legend. And I love her. Every time I get the call from her or Monte, I'm excited about it.
Come on, let's sing it again. We give you Father, we worship you tonight for who you are.
TaylorMade for you coming back, season 2.
So you guys, we are just chilling and kicking it, and we were like, you know what? Let's go do a video.
For real, we actually felt like we were looking pretty good today.
We look all right. We look cute.
Wifey, she had the birthday, and she's killing the game.
Okay, I am 50, y'all.
And killing the game.
Flyer at 50. Oh, thank you, baby.
I would have kissed you on the list, but I don't want to be
lipstick.
wearing lipstick.
Right.
Brothers.
No. Go ahead, have your little spiel.
No. Just because you try to play my violin for me. Go ahead. What you say?
So anyway, we wanted to come on because it's been a minute, y'all, and we thank y'all. First of all, can we just thank everybody for supporting us, who did support us for TaylorMade for You season 1.
And asking us, where's season 2? Where is season 2?
Yeah.
Season 2 is coming at you.
Yes, it's coming up really soon, you guys. So thank you for being patient. Y'all be patient for them other shows. Y'all know y'all have all them shows and y'all watch the season and then y'all like, well, when next season coming? And they take 10 million years to come out one season.
And then when they do, you gotta go back and watch some episodes. So that's a good segue though, baby. We are interested in hearing what you would like to see.
Yes.
You want to be part of our studio audience. Check back in with Why You Mad.
Yes.
So much. We're gonna have some musical artists and
Yeah, we're gonna do that again where we have special guests on. We're gonna invite you guys to come and sit with us and talk with us.
we may be in different locations.
Yeah.
There's a lot that's on the horizon.
Yeah, we got some things brewing. So we just want you guys to stay connected and come back, spread the word.
Stick with us, stay locked in. I could not remember that except for the time for our show.
Well, that's when you're supposed to say it. TaylorMade for you.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Peace.
Hi, my name is Marquita Lyles, and this is my story. So I really didn't get into makeup until I was close to 30, actually, which that was not long ago, okay? It wasn't that long ago. But when I was close to 30, it was like me being a vocalist, I had to get into makeup because I was like, I just wanted to, I wanted my personal appearance to be excellent. Every time I hit a stage, every time I hit a ministry platform, you know, it didn't have to be over the top extravagant, but I just wanted to at least feel like it was a certain feeling that I wanted. So it was like being that I never dealt with a whole lot of like acne or any of that type of thing or whatever, but I still had like some insecurities about my looks. And I can't say, I mean, I did, like certain things still, you know, rise up here and there, but it was like I seen my grandmother. It was a confidence. I understood what she felt when I started doing my own makeup. And I was just like, okay. Like, you know, of course now, my grandmother, she had nothing less than Dermablend. I'm not spending $60 to $100 for a powder. I'm sorry. But she was always like, put it out there. She would spend that money to look the way she looked. But I found a way, different techniques and different things like that that worked for me. And it just started making me feel a little better internally, you know? And that's, you know, that aligns with fashion as well. And it's kind of like it gives you a newfound confidence where it's like you actually sing better. You present yourself better. You're more confident when you sing. And so it's something that people probably would never believe that I deal with, but sometimes it's like physical appearance is a struggle for me. Even to, you know, like body image and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, at one point, I was 200 plus and people did not know. Like I was over 200 and such pounds. It scared me because I didn't feel it. But I noticed, you know, it when I was wearing different things and I'm like, I don't look as tailored as I would like to or whatever. And so I had lost weight the first time. And it was so funny because different people didn't recognize me. It was a specific time when we went to my godmom, she had a party, my godmommy, she had a party, and people were just like, oh, hi. And it was just like, hello, it's me, you know? But it was kind of like people don't see that part, you know, when it comes to me. And I deal with it like I'm human. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, especially like my cousins, my family, a lot of people are just like, oh, you're perfect. Oh, you're this. Marquita can do no wrong. Da, da, da. And I'm just like, I don't feel that. I don't feel that at all. But yeah, I mean, it's something that I still deal with, not so much because it's like, especially since the pandemic, like I took a lot of time to do a lot of internal work. And so with that and seeing myself internally, it has allowed me to see myself externally in a totally different way. And it's like what a lot of people don't realize is it's like a lot of times you appear a certain way with your eyes, but it's like you have to do the internal work. And once you begin to do the internal work and even reading your Bible, digging into the word and saying, seeing who God says that you are or who you are to him, you'll begin to see yourself differently on the outside. So that's what I began to do.
I heard your voice calling my name. From the tomb I came alive. You do all things well. Yeah. From the tomb I came alive. You do all things well.
It's been 7 years since we've been on the scene. It's been 7 years since we've been on the stage. It's been 7 years and our time of rest is complete. Taylor Branding Company, formerly known as I Know a Name, is back. Every beginning comes from another beginning's end, so let's begin again. We're inviting you to be a part of new live theater vibes, a new name with new scripts and a new brand of creativity. Submit your auditions online now at www.taylorbrandingco.com/auditions. That's www.taylorbrandingco.com/auditions. But hurry up, this round of auditions ends on March 15th, 2023. Let us see what you got. Union and non-union talent, welcome to submit. Pay rates are scaled to each talent's level of participation. So don't delay, submit today.
Actually, I was 31 and my cousin, Sean, he ended up passing. And the way that he passed, he always was just like, if I'm gonna go, because he always dealt with health issues. And he always was like, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go doing what God is destined for me to do. I'm gonna go doing what God has placed me on this earth to do. And we hear that, but he did that because that's where he passed, singing and ministering before the people. And so at that time, it put a fear in myself and Ron. And so it was something that we couldn't get past for a long time. And so I did not sing for a long time. I got a call from one of my friends, and he was just like, hey, Keita, do you mind leading praise and worship? And I was like, leading praise and worship. And it was at New Covenant. And so I was just like, okay. So that was actually my first time. And a lot of my friends didn't know, but I had legit had a fear of singing. I was scared. It was just like, okay. He was giving his best to God. He was doing what he was doing unto God. He was following his God-given purpose. He was walking in his ministry. He was walking and doing what he was supposed to do. And he just passed right then and there, So it was kind of like, ooh. So it was just a fear. And of course, I know, it was the enemy. He was definitely toying with my mind and toying with my emotions in it. And I have his initials around my neck, the SMJ. But I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I remembered our conversations, like right before he left. He was talking to me about pushing my makeup even more and getting serious about that. And at that time, I'd only been doing makeup for a couple of years, and he was just like, get serious about it. He was just telling me just how amazing I was at it and how he had been watching me, because he moved to Alabama when we were kids. So he's from Columbus, Ohio, but he moved to Alabama when we were kids. And, I was just like, okay, so he's watching from afar. So it's like social media does have some perks. It does have some advantages. So he was able to watch. And, of course, he would talk about my music and talk about me singing. And I started thinking my aunt, his mom, my Aunt Diane, she was talking one day, and she was just like, it just amazes me how what they did as kids, they really grew up to do in the ministry for real, for God.
Join us every Saturday evening at 8 p.m. for a brand new episode of TaylorMade for You. Your hosts with Luanda and ZF Taylor. Found on Imagine Me TV, Amazon, and Roku.
I always tell people, especially when it comes to music, it's like you're the first partaker. So when I hit a ministry platform and I'm ministering to somebody, I'm also ministering to myself. And I also have to do that at home first. So I generally do it at home first. That way when I get on the outside, it's not as hard. You know, if it is a day where I'm not feeling the absolute best, it's like I have to make sure that I tend to myself first and my feelings first to make sure that when I get out there to sing before the people or do makeup for somebody, because makeup is a ministry as well. And it's like before I put my hands to any brushes, to any faces, you know, I pray even then. Before I hit a ministry platform, like I pray so that whatever I may be feeling in my physical, like because, you know, or mental or emotional, because I am human, I don't want to ever spew that onto anybody. So there's days where I can brighten somebody else's day up and I may be feeling a certain way. But I put myself aside to make sure that the ministry goes forth and to make sure that whomever I'm dealing with or working with has a great experience when it comes to me. So I got to the point, I have a friend of mine. His name is Joenathan Banks. And you know, Joenathan likes to talk to himself. So Joenathan loves to talk to himself. And I always talk about it. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Are you talking to me? Like, no, I was just talking to myself, like a full-blown conversation. But it took me back to something that Kiera Kelly said, that her mom said. It was like, it's not the people that talk to themselves that you need to be worried about. It's the people that do not. So I took that and I kind of started looking at myself like, yo, you know, encouraging myself, affirming myself. It sounds good from other people, but it is very important that we see it within ourselves. It's not enough for people to see it in us, but we have to see it. So it's like from telling people, like, you are enough, you're beautiful, like, you know, you have purpose. And oftentimes, you know, we hear it from other people, but until you can see it for yourself and feel it for yourself and know it for yourself, nothing will change in how you feel about it. But getting to that point where I'm able to look myself in the mirror without being silly, because I'm really a goofy person and a lot of people think that I'm serious all the time, and I'm really, really not. And that is a problem that God needs to work with me on, because I'm really, really goofy in real life. But I'm able to look myself in the mirror and really talk to myself and give myself those serious conversations, you know, without thinking that something's wrong.
Back it down.
Coming up next on Black, Bold, and Beautiful, My Story.
Tried to take my own life. Didn't work either time. And I even remember being, after accepting Christ, asking him, just don't wake me up tomorrow. Just let me come and be with you. I just want to be with you. If you can let me be with you, then I'll be fine. And I woke up the next day angry with God because I was awake. And finally, one day, he said, I want you to start enjoying life.